Good day, YouTubers, and thank you for tuning in to today's, very strange video on YouTube. As you can see, I'm wearing the same bloody t-shirt as I am on the start of this week, that being Monday, of course. And, of course, yeah, it's just like the other previous weeks in January, I think 2 weeks ago. Normally that's this whole thing, like you just start off with Monday, and then you just take a big break for 3 days, and then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the whole encore of my schedules. So yes, in this video, this is something I'd never wanted to do on my YouTube channel. I'm actually making this video as early as 10:51, as you can see on the time clock here, right over there, of course. So now I can actually point at clocks. Of course I can. No jokes, mate. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a Microsoft Paint tutorial, which I kind of sort of really wanted to revisit because, of course, yes, there are multiples and multiples of ways of making your own gradients on Microsoft Paint. And it's going to be quite interesting. It's also going to be quite a mixture of simplicity and complexity because there's many different types of gradients that I might actually be able to show you. I think there's actually 1 or 2 methods I can actually show to you. And there's also a misconception on whenever I'm making gradients on Microsoft Paint, and it's a very impressive tutorial on how to basically make colors that blend with each other together, within each other together, without actually looking like just a fake amalgamation. You know, just do it like the old-fashioned way, or maybe I'm just blabbering stuff the old-fashioned way around. I don't know what I'm saying here, but. So yes, in this video, I'm going to be teaching you again, revisiting on how to make gradients for your Microsoft Paint pictures. And I've seen a lot of tutorials on YouTube where people use Microsoft Paint and then they use 2 or more colors to blend colors together. And it's done a very simple way. So I might as well just have to close just a few tabs because, I'm currently working on an animation project, and it just goes to show you that I haven't got that many toys. I have no more toys to review. I'm really sorry that I can't get into toy reviews yet because I'm now working on an animation project that has actually been started on the 31st of January of 2024. Now, of course, yes, I might probably talk about that animation later on in another video, but in this video, I'm going to be talking about of course, yes, the animation I'll be working on is a rice paddy field theme, I think it is, because I've been to this place in Malaysia where I actually had a very, it was quite enjoyable, but unfortunately I also had a very traumatic feeling as well, because it was at the time when my dad's mother passed away, and it was also at the time when I actually had a very depressing 3.5 day, I would just say it, second full week to Malaysia, which was absolutely embarrassing, but I don't care if I want to rant about it or not because this is over. Okay, so anyways, without getting too angry here, I'm going to go ahead and show you the animation scene and where I'm actually basing it on. And I'm also going to give a very good shout out to Roxas as well because I've also got his tab here. Thank you so much, Roxas. He's a very awesome Zelda SFM video maker with bad animation and terrible sound effects. Well, I don't think he's that bad, of course. Well, let me just go ahead and grab the webcam because I might show you the place. This is what I'm trying to replicate here. This is Sekinchan, Malaysia. As you can see, there's a red car here. This is the place that I've actually been to with my dad during my holiday trip to Malaysia in 2023 during the pre-Christmas era. I think it was, way before 2023 was about to die off. And let me go to Roxas here. He's the one YouTuber that I've actually decided to look at though. Oh man, he's playing Hyrule Warriors. What the hell? Okay, that's just completely and utterly strange. Oh god, I think Link is just seeing far better days, but he's actually having a very good time. Oh god, crikey, Link, you have to do a bit of plastic surgery, man. And I'm just looking at the feed tab, the community tab. Here's content. Roxas, your animations and your content on Tumblr really rock. Well done, mate. Good on ya. I'm giving you the thumbs up. And yes, please give this video a like, but it's not the end of the video yet. But I am going to, oh man, that's a very strange GIF. Oh, camo dancing, that's cool, hey? There you go, I'm just looking at the community tab. Go ahead and check out Rox's YouTube channel. His content is very, very awesome. And no matter how much I could say here, guys, it's really, really awesome. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and thank you, Roxas, your animation content. I had a look at all of your YouTube videos. I might try and react to one of the videos that Roxas has created, and because I'm into birds, I love the, what was that animation with the birds in it? Was it the Hioi pair? The mighty Hioi pair. It was this one here. There's the Hemlock King eagle thing with the seagull trying to be greedy as usual, eating fruit. Is that a pair? I think it is. I might try and watch that if I have some time to make a reaction video, of course. Yeah, this is actually quite awesome. Thank you, Roxas. You've actually inspired me to become one animator of a kind. Not in 3D, of course, but I'm more of a 2D person. But keep up the good work, mate. Keep up the good work. Good on you, mate. Keep on that. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and show you all of my people, what I do on YouTube. And, of course, this is the Riverside Grass. This is my background that I'm currently working on at the moment. So my computer server is a little bit slow because my computer is relatively old. But I don't really care because, hey, even if my computer gets old, I can still make some very good fresh animations. So this is the background that I'm working on, but let me try and show you a little technique that I'm about to show you. So what I was thinking of, gradients. So in order to do gradients, the first thing I can do is draw a line, then fill a color. But there's one misconception here. If I go to resize, I always go by percentage. Now if I click maintain aspect ratio, look what's wrong. So I put on percentage and then go into pixels and then type in 823479, making sure that the pixels, making sure that the aspect ratio isn't maintained. So what's wrong here? Why isn't this picture blending so well? Well, all I can see is like a stairway to hell. Sorry for the pun. There's like a stairway to heaven and stairway to hell. It's got a 3D. Oh my goodness, that looks very good, hey? It's got some very good gradients that look like staircases. That looks like stairs and stuff. But can you see what's wrong? Obviously I set it into percentages instead of pixels. So what's not actually making it gradiate properly is I'm using percentage instead of pixels, and it's causing that the blending effect isn't really that working. But you can actually try and have a bit of a cheat here. You can try and just resize it and then, you know, do it like that. But then that's just like the lazy man's way. But let me try and show you a much more dedicated way. Let me try and go ahead and resize this to 1. So focus on pixels, and then you get a much more cleaner and better aspect ratio. Let me just go up to about 500, I think it is, 500 and 100, I think it is, making sure it's off. And then after that, go to pixels, but just close with the aspect ratio. And gradients also make a great textured effect. And it's 11 o'clock. Okay, not really surprising, not really needing to look at the clock because I'm just teaching you guys about how gradients are made. And of course, yes, once you've got the aspect ratio maintenance, or once you've got the maintain aspect ratio tick just being clicked away, press OK, and then you've got a much better, cleaner gradient. Now if I go back to that first attempt, I'm now going to focus on percentage. So now what I've actually realized, what I've done wrong here is that when I press into 1 via percentage, one thing that's making it wrong is actually the percentage, and that percentage actually isn't, you know, darkening. It's not actually amalgamating the whiteness, so there's actually remnants of white. And if I resize it, and if I show you, there's a fault with what I do here. I know it's got a very good 3D proportion of looking like stairs and stuff, but the thing is, it just doesn't look right, to be honest, for me, in my opinion, because, well, as you can see here, I made a very big mistake, and one mistake is to go on percentages. Go for pixels, because pixels often represent these amount of bits here, and if I go ahead and fill a color in red, I'm not sure if maybe you guys can understand what I'm talking about, hey? There's not many different, you know, how would you say it, not many range of colors, there's not many different ranges of shades of white or black or grey, etc, etc, etc. But if I go into the correct way, go to pixels, then go to horizontal, press 1, click on type in 1, and then press enter, and then go to percentage, and then I can just go ahead and type in 500, and you can get a much better gradients. Once you go to the percentage, it becomes a bit better. Turn off the aspect ratio to be unmaintained, and there you go. You got a much more cleaner gradients, a much more cleaner amalgamation and blend of colors. So what you're seeing here is that the background is a nice perfect blend of white at the top, white at the bottom, black at the top, grey in the middle, with a wide range of different shades of colours. And then when I fill in the colour with red, you can see that there are lots of different shades, lots of different colours, lots of different hues, loads of different saturations of black, white and grey, etc, etc, etc. Now here's another way that if you want to go ahead and make more than just 2 contemporary colours, let's just see, maybe if I could try and make a fire. Of course it does sound quite mundane. Maybe I could make like as if plants were, you know, blending into sort of a colour that is, you know, I don't know what I'm saying here. Maybe I could try and make I don't know. I can try and make a plant type color. You can make it into like a sunset scene or whatever. You can try and make as much scenes as you want. I mean, just be funky. Just enjoy whatever you're doing. So in order to make a very complex gradient with more than one or more than 2 colors, I can just grab out this one here, fill out with a triangle, and then with yellow involved, and then go ahead and fill out with, I think I was going for a green, wasn't I? Let's see, let's try a green. If I go to green here, and if I go to marker, I think it's marker, isn't it? Let me try marker. Oops, I think I may have made a very nasty, gnarly mistake. Maybe I could try and do that again. Okay, I can click on this. There you go, it works totally nicely, doesn't it? Then I can go ahead and make another line, draw another line here. Now what's amazing is that if you want to make as many colors to gradient, then move the picture along by pressing select, and then you can get a much clearer way of, you know, representing how many colors you want. There you go. I'm just using, you know, just 3 to 4 colors. I'm just using them all. There you go. This is a classic example on how I, you know, make much more complex gradients. So you go, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 colors, and then I can also add another color, which I think maybe I can add this color here. Wouldn't that work? That'd be great. Sorry about that. I should have included that color. So all I'm doing is I'm actually filling up, you know, from the lightest to the darkest. So I'm making a huge contrast in terms of colors. So I'm actually using greens and yellows to make a much more dynamic and much more diverse color combination. You can make it as funky as you want, or you can make it as just realistic as possible. And I think, you know, speaking of the word possible, possibilities are endless. You can make anything within it. So you can make as many colors. You don't have to, you know, be too quick. I mean, this is just the thing, you know. You don't have to go too complex in the way of colors. It's just that how things work, you know. Of course, I love to learn and how to play along with colors and stuff, and that's the one aspect I really enjoy about this kind of thing, you know. I really enjoy that kind of thing. That's just the one aspect I really do enjoy about myself. I seemingly, you know, have a very creative mind. There you go. I'm just blending colors together. So as you can see, I'm actually going from the lightest to the darkest. You know, going from yellow to green. I'm actually using this as a bit of basis, as a bit of evidence that I'm making it into like a plant type evidence. Let me just go back to the color as it was, then fill up back again. Am I doing something wrong here? I can't really tell. A bit nervous to know what I'm doing here. Bit strange, isn't it? So the colors themselves, I might as well blend this together. So there you go. I'm trying to get as lighter and darker as possible at the same time. So I'm filling up just quite a huge quantity of colors, and yeah, that's the thing. I'm trying to make it as nice as I can. So, you know, I can snug as many colors as possible, but hey, maybe that's this. You know, I don't have to go a bit overly complex within this, but maybe you can. Maybe you can. Maybe that's just my egotism. Sorry if I disappointed you guys, but hey, I'm just trying to, you know, show you that it's the way it's been set up, or it's the way I set up colors and stuff. I'm trying to go for a much more lighter color. Is that light enough? No, I don't think it is. Yes, that one might be lighter, I think. So I'm just using certain bits of tools so you can create, like, you know, this is me trying to replicate real life plants, and I can use this as a texture effect, you know. So what I'm doing is I'm making a line of triangles so that I can make, like, you know, I'm making a gradient of colors, like a full, complete and utter gradient of colors, you know, ranging from the lightest shade of yellow as possible to about, you know, just almost white. But don't go too overly complex like I've just done, because it may not actually be exactly the way, you know, gradient blends turn out. But this is just me showing off my prowess. And of course this, I'm just turning off this. So let me just go into, oh sorry, I think it's pixels. See there, you saw the mistake again? Okay, so I've just pressed, so I just made a nice final result, then go to 500, and then when you go to resize, go to pixels, and then just turn off the aspect ratio tick, and there you go. That's a very good way of making a very complex gradient. Now let me just show you, if you want to make like a sunset background type thing, let me just show you again. Let me go to yellow. Okay, so I'm making like a sunset background. If I want to make a fiery type background or a sunset type background thing, okay, I'm just assembling all colors. You know, I don't know, you can just put as many random lines as possible, and then you can fill them up. So you can drag them like so. Oops, sorry. Make sure that the lines are actually across, they're going diagonal wise, going straight from, you know, top to bottom. They must go to the end of the clipboard or the canvas, because as soon as they don't go to the canvas, you don't get a clear fillage of colors. You just, you know, cover the entire and inundate the whole, you know, clipboard or canvas as I call it. And I'm stretching the whole line out so that I'm just making sure that the line stays in and the shapes stay in and that kind of stuff. And really that's just how I prowess. And you know, you can make a very huge balance, but also unbalanced, of course. And of course I might go for a very nice deep purple, because why the hell not? And I might as well go for like maybe like a blue, maybe somewhat of a bluish colour. Come out like a very good rainbow colour. Wouldn't that be great? That's awesome. I mean, the amount of colours I tend to use isn't too bad. Let me try and resize this, and if I go ahead and do that, maybe that would probably work. Maybe this would work. Maybe it wouldn't work. But I'm just getting a bit of a strange debate of what to do. Okay, so maybe if I try and do this. Sorry, I'm just kidding. It may not work actually. But once you've made a very good amalgamation of colours, and in fact you can actually darken the colours as well too. Maybe I can darken this colour here. I don't know. Maybe that wouldn't work. Maybe this wouldn't work. Or maybe if I try and do black first and then do purple the next, then maybe we'll see a much better result. I don't know. That's just me showing off my prowess. But I don't know. Just be wild as you can. So I think I'm getting the gist here, but not as I'm doing tutorials like this. Well, I'm just hoping that this tutorial isn't as rough and as ready as possible, hey? But maybe I should try and fill up as much colours. Maybe I need a bigger triangle. Maybe I can get like a bigger yellow. Oh, I see what I'm doing here, eh? Maybe get a bigger yellow and a bigger orange. Yeah, I think make sure if you want to make like very clear gradients, make as big as possible. Make them as big as possible as you can, because the bigger the space, the bigger the fillage. So of course, yes, the first attempt was such a bit of a failure, so I decided to start all over again. But you know, this is just my prowess and how I play around with Microsoft Paint, and you know, use them as a bit of general evidence that I'm just showing it to you that you can make some very good scenes and stuff. Let me just halve this color. Okay, 81. Okay, what's half of 73? 70 is 35. Let's say 36, because we haven't got any decimal points and stuff. 82. Let's see how this will work if I do 82. I'm sure it will turn out very, very nicely. And of course, let me just halve this number again. 40, 18, 41. Okay, since we're getting straight towards the very darker end, of course we'll go ahead and show you the results later on as I'm picking through colours and stuff. And I think I've got it. I've got to the point of where the amount of colours I filled up is just as good as enough as it can, I suppose, eh? Making sure they're all facing diagonal wise. I'm not sure if I could do them straight, because I don't think straight positions, straight lines may work for gradients, but it's okay. First step, make a composition of colours with diagonal lines, then fill the colours up correspondingly to the respective colours, of course. Then go to pixels. Don't go for percentage, because it will ruin, it won't fully gradiate your colours. Of course, it's not going to gradiate the entire colour pad, of course. Okay, just click off the maintain aspect ratio percentage. Oh, sorry, I think the first thing I need to do is, yeah, I think so, go to pixels, then go to 1 and then press OK, making sure that the aspect ratio is off to both of them, of course. Type in 500 and then resize it into pixel, and then finally go back to the position as you want. And well, hey, look at this, guys. What do you think about that gradient? So this is an excellent tutorial if you want to make some very basic gradient and blended colors. So hey, that's another way of making some very good textures, maybe for some background sky Rooney sort of designs and stuff. You know, you can make like a sky or fire or whatever textured effect, and it makes it oh so dynamic. So it's not that hard to pull off when you make gradiated fills, eh? It's not that bad. I mean, it's quite complex in a way, but yet again, for me, since maybe it is simple, but hey, this is one tutorial that I've been waiting on the wings for, and this is one I never wanted to do, but hey. So there you go, I taught you something about gradients, and how I actually sort of experimented with gradients, so, you know, go ahead and make your own fire, or water, or explosion scenes, or blah blah, or even your sky, or sunset, or sunrise scenes, or whatever you do with Microsoft Paint, and then get the best as much as you can. And the best thing about gradiating your colors is, you can get multiples and multiples of different color shades, and look at this. You start from maroon all the way to yellow, and it's got a very vibrant and crisp, fiery color. What do you think about this tutorial? If you really enjoyed in this video, please give this video a like. For me, it's a little bit rough already, but anyways, subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content and tutorials like this. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you really enjoyed in this amazing vital tutorial. If you want to make some very hyper-realistic Microsoft Paint animations, or maybe they're not really that realistic after all, maybe, or creations, I suppose, because Microsoft Paint isn't always do animations. But anyways, thank you so much again, and goodbye for now. Thanks for watching for the third time. Bye.